most lonely inside, I can tell. We are happy you enjoy the music, and even sad you understand the lyrics. We already existed on earth before, just from different generations. Yeah, I know it hurts, but you have to let it go. Life is meaningless without God.
Good morning. All praise is due to the Almighty Creator. We give Him thanks for life. Thanks for a new day. It is Friday the 14th, and we have the opportunity of life. Those of us who have navigated the night, that minor death, that period of sleep where you are not really in control. You don't know if your eyes will open, but we take it for granted that when we go to bed, most times we will just wake up. And we have to be grateful. We have to be grateful that what has happened for most of us waking this morning, has happened, and we have that opportunity to continue to do good. Quite a number of people, dear people, have left us quite recently. Not the big names. I'm not talking about people who may make the front page of the news, but good people. Good people in this cycle of life and transition. I went to wonderful person's funeral yesterday, Mrs. Maximin, Mary Maximin. Beautiful soul, administrator, a teacher, like a mother to us in primary school. Always a smile on her face, and I had to hold her son's face yesterday because he have the same big face, big smile, just loving, wonderful, gentle people. And he reminds me so much of her. We laid her to rest yesterday. Ricardo, another good man from Cocorit, right? Cantangerous when he ready, but in the right way. Full of energy up till the end. Right? He has helped tremendously. He has helped so many people in the field of work that he was in. Good people, flaws and all. And not last, and I'm saying last but not least, because so many other people going through the cycle of life, right? It is the inevitable event. Who I refer to as John Boy, I don't know what all you know him as. Barber, right? A older individual from Port of Spain who used to trim my uncle who is not too well, and anybody, anytime I need a mobile barber, right? Mobile, like them mobile posts, right? They could pick them up and they move in. All they need to do is just pick up the mobile post and they could move. So that's why they say it's mobile. A mobile barber. Nice fella. We are healthy sometimes, and then we ail the fragility of human life. We think ourselves sometimes powerful and strong. You're feeling good today, and tomorrow a little cold throw you down. Right? Have a builder. Good morning, Patrick. Strong like a ox. I'm telling you, I ain't running into him just so at all. But there's a little bug going around and knocking you down. It knocks you down sometimes. The fragility of human life. we are strong. We have the ability of strengthening our spirit, even our physical bodies to a certain extent, but we are also fragile at the very same time, and we should humble ourselves. So it's Friday, and I thought I would share some of the hardest truths. That's the little song I was playing before. Some things I agree with. Of course, in between there are some that I don't 100% agree with. But after school life is the hardest life. Spiritual life is more challenging than physical life. Believe me. Sometimes we focus so much on the tangible physical things, and that's because we have neglected the spiritual side, so that we are imbalanced and we focus so much on that physical side. Strengthen your spiritual life as well, because you have to cope. You have to try your best to cope with this thing called life. And those who share life with us, who have been unsuccessful spiritually, so they attack us, they want to see ill befall those who have the grace of God and goodness, who just act out a path of evil because they unfortunately have chosen that path, don't know better, are consumed by evil and therefore exude evil. I feel sorry for them, and in that light we pray for our enemies, right? The enemies of goodness, of truth, that they may change their ways and find God's grace. And in that we recognize those evils and we try to protect ourselves, because we all have the potential of good or bad. Let us check ourselves. What else stands out in those hardest truths? Today's Friday. We have to share some knowledge and wisdom. He who feeds you controls you. Not everyone is going to be a farmer on that primary, most important level of production. However, collectively, we need to feed ourselves. We need to take our nutrition, this basic necessity, into our own hands as much as possible. So wherever you could empower yourself along that chain of feeding yourself, then do so. And for certainty, our leaders, if we have leaders, should be directing us towards that path of empowerment, of being in control of this basic necessity of food. A lot of other wisdom in that song that you can avail yourself of, and in between a couple of things, kind of shaky, analyze it, see if you think it makes sense or it doesn't. Knowledge is the key to success. Education, yes, still needs other factors, but then even that could be considered education. How to pair other factors with your knowledge. If you don't give up, then you don't lose. So keep striving, keep struggling, and find peace in yourself even while you are continually struggling forward. Even while you're working towards goals or aspirations, be flexible. Be flexible in case that is not exactly your path. Do not be upset with yourself or the circumstances that are not within your control. Be happy and content while being ambitious and working forward. I hope that makes sense, because it sounds like opposites working against each other, but they are not. We celebrated yesterday the centenary of Fidel Castro, right? 100 years. Even though he's not with us physically, he's passed away, he's died. But still, so many people across the world celebrate him yesterday, speak of him. There are countless Fidels. I saw Chavez, Fali Chavez. He don't have Fidel. He could have put Fidel as well, or his parents could have put Fidel as well in his name. But contemporaries, Chavez and Fidel, at the celebrations as well. Good morning, Chief Sec. And others. The ideas of the man and his translation of those ideas into struggle, into action, have to be remembered and are remembered by so many people. And it was nice to reflect and to be reminded of those concepts and those thoughts that drove his actions and the actions of many others, and continue to inspire and drive the actions of people who love humanity. Not those who are just capital driven, who love money, that have that train steaming ahead. And people jump onto that train believing that they will reach to the head of the train when the train just fooling you. But a train that, steam full ahead with sacrifice, with struggle to establish humanity, to establish levels of sovereignty, to establish that men are equal and that men should live in an environment of equality. So we celebrate that, and as I said, I give my condolences to the families of those who I mentioned have departed this life recently. Good people. We have to replace those good people with good people to achieve balance, and we have to replace some of the not so good people with better people to tip the scales of Trinidad and Tobago and the world in more positive directions. That's a goal. That's a goal for anyone who picks up a mic, who walks through life, which is all of us, to inspire and to encourage people to be better, to lean life, to lean the world, to help people to realize goodness. All right, that's certainly my effort on a morning, and I thank all those who tune in, and I thank those who also contribute, because for most of us, that's our intention and our effort. No, I can't read people's intention 100%, but the signs are there. And I think viewers and listeners, you all could tell who is who and what is what when they call, right? And what they're about. I believe so. That being said, we take the first call for the morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ford.
Hey, morning, brother. Welcome.
I just want to ask you something. In your own belief as a Muslim, and you stand up and listen to an imam telling people who come in front of the bus, well, I have to say beg because they are beggars that he don't want you and you by must. And to me it was real, as
Yeah.
an imam.
Yeah, they give a little trouble or something or what?
No trouble. The imam is the trouble.
Boy.
Because for what I understand.
Well, you never ask me, if those circumstances are true. You know what is what. You know what is. You know what is right and what is wrong in that circumstance, man.
Yes, my brother. What I'm trying to say, and he as the teacher, he's supposed to know better. But then see, in all situations, we have things, these are the things we have to witness before we die, sometimes.
Yeah.
When we reach up there, we got answer to the Creator.
Yeah.
Okay, my brother.
All right.
You have a good day.
Blessings, man. I see God in those who are deprived, right? I see tremendous goodness and the opportunity to do right, to exude your spirit in a positive way when people approach or ask for help. Of course, discernment is necessary. Boy, I was hoping they behave bad, and that is why he would have made such a statement. But even in the midst of that, you try to deal with those situations with a level of dignity and respect. I don't know the circumstances to judge too much, right? But on just the face of what you described, the measure of a society is the way they treat the most vulnerable, who people consider the least of the society. And we need to uplift ourselves. I'm talking about it, and I just remember, all my friends, right? All my good friends. Some people who may not have homes at the moment, some people who may have certain challenges mentally or otherwise, but are some of the best people I know. No, real talk. And some of the people who y'all may look up to, fit and fine, who y'all think are people. And boy, I see problems. I see danger when I see them people. I guard myself and be extremely careful. So love to all of our people. Love to those who, I like the term, maybe a little bit down on some of their luck. There's certain things at the point in time maybe not 100%. Love to them. Blessings to Trinidad and Tobago this morning. We take the quick break and then we'll be right back. Stay locked on.
Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
TechFlex TT Limited, the #1 computer store in Trinidad and Tobago, has all your tech needs. We have the latest computers, powerful MacBooks, and affordable Chromebooks for school and work, providing new and refurbished options to suit everyone's budget. Also, we carry a variety of printer options and ink solutions for your home and office needs. Need repairs done? Our experienced technicians can solve your tech problems. Visit us now at any of our 2 locations, Wilson Road, Scarborough, next to Royal Castle, or Penco Street, Montrose, Chagonas. Call 235-4919 for more info. TechFlex TT Limited. Affordable tech. Exceptional service.
peace of God be multiplied unto you in the precious name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. This is Redemption Hour, a gospel program where God will reveal His mind to you on how to live a fulfilled life and to please Him in all areas. Join Pastor Femi Afolabi, the National Overseer of Deeper Christian Life Ministry, Trinidad and Tobago, and other seasoned ministers for a time of divine encounter as they minister and pray for you every Saturday by 9 o'clock in the morning of this station, Street FM 91.9. Our church is Deeper Life Bible Church, number 1 Cochrane Street, opposite Tunapuna Police Station, Tunapuna. The times of our services are as follows: Sunday worship service, 9 a.m., Monday Bible study, 6 p.m., Thursday revival hour, 6 p.m. The redemption hour is a life-changing moment you cannot afford to miss. For special prayer or counseling, contact Pastor Femi Afolabi on 778-9933. God bless you as you listen to this program. Jesus is Lord.
When every hand start waving, it's KFC a craving. Extra crispy or spicy, it blazing. So when it comes to flavor, you know we can't lose. It's popcorn, chicken, and 3 kinds of sauce. So you dip on, you dip on, you dip on, you dip. KFC popcorn, chicken, make you dance while you dip. Yes, you dip on, you dip on, you dip on, you dip. Somebody bring the KFC quick, I'm telling you. Get your hands on KFC's extra crispy or spicy popcorn chicken, starting at just $35. Or grab the winning combination: 3 pieces of chicken and 4 tenders for $79.95. KFC, it's finger licking good.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Champlain, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Hi there, I'm Lester Sublal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from Kings Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. Excuse for coming back in a little late. My mouth still full with an apple. Think you've tested, think you've tasted every chicken sandwich? Think again. Only KFC brings together our signature crispy chicken, smoky sauce, and golden crunchy onion rings in one unforgettable bite. The all-new onion ring sandwich isn't just another sandwich. It's a whole new obsession. Get yours today for just $34.95 or make it a combo for only $49.95. Order now on the KFC app, kfc.tt, WhatsApp, or visit your nearest KFC. KFC, it's finger-licking good. Achieve risen-baked goods every time with Lion Brand Baking Powder. Our convenient, easy-to-use pouch ensures freshness and makes measuring a breeze. From cakes to cookies, Lion Brand Baking Powder is your secret ingredient for the best results. Imagine the smiles as you share your delicious homemade creations with family, friends, and neighbors. Baking is about more than just food. It is about creating memories. Choose Lion Brand Baking Powder and bake up some sweet moments. Lion Brand, the power behind our great taste traditions. Good and natural ginger tea. Good and natural ginger tea in its single-size packet is excellent for flavoring your cooking, salads, and desserts. Made from freshly crushed ginger root to get that strong ginger taste and aroma so soothing. Good and natural ginger tea, available with or without sugar. So all you need is boiling water to get a cup going. As old people say, don't take flambeau to see in the night what you could see clearly in the day. Good and natural ginger tea. Good advice to start your day right. So we head across to the news, and we like to start with a little bit of international news and then work our way into what is taking place in our beautiful Twin Island Republic. Unprecedented rain in Japan kills 8 people, and they say a picture tells 1,000 words. Just water, brown water, submerging houses, cars. The storm, and it's due to a storm that they had. The storm At least 6 people have died and 5 others are wounded in eastern Japan as record rainfall pummeled the Chiba near the capital Tokyo. The rains, which authorities have described as unprecedented, cut power to more than 20,000 households while 7,000 travelers were stranded overnight at Tokyo's Narita airport. And I mean, wow, tremendous level of devastation there. Thank God we experienced a little bit of flooding in the Talparo region yesterday, I believe. I don't know if the day before, because we've had some consistent rainfall. Thank God, not unprecedented rainfall. We are accustomed to this level of rain that we're experiencing, and also to rising waters at times. Some of the mitigation work has been successful so that the difficulty is not exaggerated by what has taken place by the rainfall, but more work is being done as we speak. And when I go across to the local news, I think there's an article where our local rural and local government minister is speaking about the issue, what was done, and some efforts to continue to deal with and prevent as much as possible. It would appear that some of the areas that are low-lying and prone to flooding, sometimes you have to mitigate. Whether it can be totally prevented, I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes the waters rise and then they dissipate, but in between that process, there's a certain level of difficulty posed to commuters for sure from that flooding. But in Japan, unprecedented rainfall, a storm, and like I said, people have actually died from the flooding, and waters are yet to probably recede, because just a couple of hours ago this report was updated. Let me go back to other news. Some people's favorite president, not my favorite. I don't know where he is on my list. Maybe somewhere down. U.S. says, and well, he speaks for their country, unfortunately, at this point, right? U.S. says dozens of countries helped China dodge Trump's tariffs. Well, I wonder why. Maybe China has some friends, who genuinely appreciate them. A new U.S. report said China had moved goods through nations with lower tariffs to dodge higher levies. Sounds intelligent to me. In other news, conditions on U.S. aircraft carrier at sea for more than 250 days raise alarms. And this morning I'm reading from the BBC News. Sometimes I go to different outlets, Al Jazeera, BBC normally are my two go-to, maybe CNN. But like I say, this is what they give us, so you all could take it with a pinch of salt. You all can be careful as well, or listen to the news from as many sides as possible. There's Russian TV news, there's China national broadcast as well. There's, if you want to go further on the next side, there's Fox News. Like I said, CNN, BBC. So you avail yourself of the opportunity at getting things from different angles, because all news has all news has a perspective. Someone saying, so basically countries is assistant in China to break US laws. Well, you understand the laws are being challenged by the courts in the United States. So sometimes the law is not even legal, but you try to avoid certain tariffs, levies, etc. for the benefit of your economy and your people, and everyone would attempt to probably do so. So they're saying conditions on U.S. aircraft carrier at sea for more than 250 days raises alarms. Our poor men and women, including the other day we saw a young Trinbagonian woman, U.S. Trinbagonian, right, parentage from Trinidad and Tobago, lost her life. It is the average people who face the brunt of these decisions by politicians. I don't know how much who profits, but it is certainly not the average people who suffer, right, who are on board this aircraft carrier as well. Many of them may not share the same views, policy or political views with those people who direct them to act, but they're caught up in whatever duty they are bound to. They walk, hell of a walk, to go and shoot bombs and ultimately destroy and kill people. As a hell of a walk. But yeah, there are complaints and reports coming in. Obviously, with a ship at sea for such a long period of time, it strains those sailors. So shortages of basic supplies, water contamination, plumbing issues, deteriorating mental health, deck safety concerns and disruptions in the mail system, a host of issues. And we must always remember that there are different people in a nation, in a country, and different views as well, different policy and political perspectives. Sometimes you support an administration hoping that they are going to carry out certain actions, and then in reality what they do is not what you would have expected. And in these modern democracies, so-called democracies, they tell you, well, you have to hold strain till next voting opportunity, and then you could express yourself in whatever limited way, because a lot of systems limit you in terms of your options. We will speak more on that in the future, and we have spoken about it in the past. So things tough on board for those sailors, and it tough as well for those people who they are waging war against, of course. Major oil slick washes up on Iran coast after Hormuz ship strike. So another ship was hit that was attempting to break the blockade by Iran. I think I've also seen in the news condemnation by Gulf states of the strike on the ship, but Iran not playing, so to speak, right? They already warned that they're going right down. So a military solution is not one that will achieve the results that the the opposing side may want. And we go to the local news, right? I switch right across because we have our own local concerns as well. And I happened to see yesterday some of this lunchtime protest in Wassa. PSA tells Wassa workers no work as usual over stalled wage talks. We are patient people, Trinbagonians. We are understanding people. However, our patience can wear out. So I hope they resolve this situation as quickly as possible. Because I've seen some flags coming out. I've seen the green jerseys mobilizing, as is the right of workers and collective action. The Public Services Association has instructed Water and Sewage Authority workers not to work as usual until management advances the union's counter proposals for approval, accusing the authority's Director of Human Resource of failing to move negotiations forward since January. PSA President Felicia Thomas said the union was at Wassa's Sports Club St. Joseph yesterday with workers awaiting management action and had called on board members to approve the necessary submission to the Finance Ministry. The PSA has been in long-standing negotiations with CPO over arrears owed to public servants for the 2014 to 2016 and 2017 to 2019 periods. Thomas was speaking with TV6 News and said that the Director of Human Resources was responsible for moving the negotiations from the bargaining table to the board before the proposals could be transmitted to the ministry, but had not prepared a note for the Human Resources Advisory Committee. So they would know where things are stalling, so to speak, and PSA and WASA in particular would take their necessary action to ensure that things go the way they are supposed to go. We are understanding, I saying we because I consider myself with labor. We are understanding people, Trinbagonians, we understanding, We just take for time. Our parents tell us sometimes long rope for maga goat. We know time longer than twine. Right? We understand and accept certain things as well. Little changes, certain things may challenge what is taking place. But you have to get it right, because embedded in our DNA is also the resistance, right? That strength. So we look forward to these issues being resolved. There's still a positive working relationship between government and labor, certainly. And I look towards a positive solution sooner rather than later. TPRC, Tunapuna Piarco Regional Corporation, to consult legal counsel. The Tunapuna Piarco Regional Corporation was expected to consult its legal counsel on the next steps concerning the construction of the police post at Eddie Hart. And police post looking good. I hope it could be effective. Some people disputing what mobile means. Some people Googling what mobile mean, because, the units seem affixed. Some stretching the understanding to the fact that it is quickly removable temporary in the way that it is installed so that it could be picked up and move quite quickly. And that's why they're saying mobile. And interesting. I thought maybe they were going to use a mixture. I thought maybe these prefab, which we have seen roll out, I thought maybe as well actually mobile on wheels was actually going to be done in some spots as well. But we're not sure. We will see. Good morning, Mr. West. Welcome.
Morning, Mr. Ford. Well, this mobile and e-mobile and mobile or movable and immovable has to do with, I think, two concepts in property law. They talk about chattel and fixture. And the thing, once it's attached to the land, permanently attached to the land, it becomes a fixture.
So certainly it's not permanent structures in the sense of that word.
Yes, so it's a chattel. It can be moved around. It's movable. And years gone by, probably before you're coming into being, you had those county councils. They used to have some small hut, and they used to put them on trucks. So they used to move them from area to area. So if in Vigo Martin, when they finish the workers finish working in a particular area, let's say Bagatelle or probably Blue Basin, they would put in a truck and probably go to Lansmeter. They may go to, and so they refer to it as chattel, right? Because it's movable. And clearly, people just, I think it's just a matter of ignorance. This thing is movable. It's a chattel. It is not a fixer. It's not permanently fixed to the land. And that's what it is. So all this Trinidad, some people just like bacchanal and confusion. That's what it is. And long time you see, if you go in probably in as I said in Four Roads, you see these small little hut and whatnot, and then you see a truck come and they take it and they move it and they go elsewhere with it.
Yeah.
Movable, that's a chattel. And if you go a chattel in places like Barbados in the 90s and whatnot, you used to look at trucks and houses moving, little house moving all around the place on a truck. So a man would move from place to place, but that house, that little house that he has on a truck, and probably move to different parts of wherever he wants to go. So this noise that they're making, I have no time for it. That's just like confusion.
Yeah, but interesting as well. I know that temporary structure, which is not fixed per se, does not attract the same legal attention from the corporation and does not need the same type of approvals that a fixed structure has as well. So I think that's clever as well.
But the thing about it is that I don't think that this thing needs all this set of bacchanal. This question, people could iron out the business. They talk and they understand, and people say, well, look, listen, we didn't consult and so and so, and we should have consulted. But anyhow, we resolve. That's how I don't see the need for all this. I'm talking about consulting attorney or legal advisor to go and pay a legal advisor $500,000, and then they want to go to appeal court, want to go to Privy Council. So all that money, why do people don't behave themselves? This thing could be resolved amicably. This thing don't require all that. Yes, we should have consulted and whatnot, but here's what we're going on. This thing is in national interest and whatnot, and we're talking about security and all that, and therefore you resolve that there. That is what we talk about. We look at relationship between states. The same thing, relationship between the local government and central government should be settled amicably. You sit down and the chairman and probably the minister or whoever it is, the local government minister, and they work out that communication. That's all. That is what is required. You can resolve it and talk about communication. That is what it is. Because people about how you resolve issues between states, how you resolve issues between different bodies, between individuals and whatnot, is by talking. So all this thing, chairman looking for advice from legal counsel just to go and put a lot of money, $500,000, $1 million in lawyers' hands when that money could be spent otherwise. This place, I don't know where we're going, you know. Another thing I'm talking about here, I want to talk about, I think you dealt with it earlier on. All right. So basically that is where we are with that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I don't want to probably lose my thoughts.
Yeah, feel free. You have me on speed dial. Anytime you can come back in.
Yeah, but the question of people are looking at this thing with respect to the American election. That has some interest in it, and we should be interested in it and where it's going. And yes, we want to have that midterm election in America, and yes, the relationship with Trinidad and America based on Trump, Kamala and Trump and all these different things, that kind of relationship. And people are talking about, but the thing about it is that the midterm election, it depends on the president. As a matter of fact, his powers may be restricted or restrained, constrained, or limited to some extent, depending on whether the Democrats are able to win the House of Representatives or the Congress and the Senate. But the fact remains is that the president would be limited in the things he can do, probably with respect to spending of money and all that, the military and what he can do militarily in terms of. But the question of foreign policy, he would still have some strength there, and therefore, in terms of where Trinidad is going, it may not be severely affected, depending on whether the both houses won by the Democrats. So this thing about when Trump, I hear they talk of when, some people don't want this country to go anywhere, you know. But the fact remains, I just saying that Trump is not my favorite. Not my favorite. But the point about I looking at the politics, I'm looking at Trinidad and Tobago's interest. What is in our interest? Where we are. And that is what I'm concerned with. And who want to concern, well, look, listen, everything will crash. I don't think that everything would crash. It depends on, because the limit will be severely limited in terms of his powers. But in terms of foreign policy, it may have limited impact if in fact the Democrats were able to win both houses. If they win one, let's say the House of Representatives, it may not be as it may be moderate or maybe low. If they win both houses, then because the question of impeachment and all that kind of thing, it would have no limited powers with respect to military, declaring war and all that kind of thing. And the question that they may be able to impeach it, but the fact remains is that you would have to have impeachment. They start with an investigation in the House of Congress, then you find that when after that you may have the question of investigation and impeachment, and then you go to the Senate where you would have probably a tribunal, and then it requires what you call, because people ought to understand the configuration of the both Senate and the House of Representatives, in the sense that even if you have the Republicans control the Senate, it means that it may be difficult for, even if in fact they impeach him in the House of Representatives, difficulty in moving him, because you still have the veto, and the Democrats, the Republicans may control. I don't know how the polls are going, but I know in the House of Representatives, I mean, is likely to lose the Senate. And the Senate and the House of Representatives, people must understand that it has 455 members in that House. The Senate, you have 100 members, right, comprising both the Republicans and the Democrats. People have to understand that. People have to understand also the question of the reconciliation. It comes as a simple majority that you may need that in order for certain legislation to pass and what's that. When you go to the Senate, you have what you call the filibuster, which means that they must have a two-thirds vote there in order. But the fact remains is that the president will also have veto powers. And if the president veto any measure that comes from the passed by both the Senate and the House of Representatives, and in terms of vetoing, they must have gathered 2/3 of the members, support of the members, both in the Senate and the House of Representatives. But more on that down the road.
Yeah. Certainly, we'll go into.
People need to understand. You have to understand the British Parliament, under which we in fact we model, and you have to understand the working of the American system. If you don't understand that, well then you may have some problems. But it's important that people understand the working of those two political systems and whatnot. So thank you, Mr. West.
Yeah, thank you very much for trying to give us a bit of a understanding of the electoral system and the powers that exist in the United States because, of course, of their impact on us here. Just take another call quickly. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Hey, morning, brother.
Good morning. Welcome.
Hey, thank you so much, brother. Blessings to you and good day. I hope all is well. I was patiently waiting for the last caller to wrap up. I hope I didn't miss my opportunity. But to take it back to the conversation you were having about the police post, right?
Yeah.
All right. Two ideas came to mind, and I believe that these are really practical ideas. Now, number one being, obviously, firstly, it's a great initiative. It's a welcome initiative. We need to have social stability as a fundamental. The issue of crime has been going on way too long, and it needs to stop immediately. In addition to the new police posts, I think every police branch, they should have a map, a physical map in the office and also on their computers and everything about the area in which they have jurisdiction over, that they patrol. And they should have every single building on that map, whether it's a commercial building or a residential building, and they should know all the persons who occupy, inhabit, and operate within those buildings. If you don't have that, then no, I am not an officer, so I'm being respectful, but how are you really patrolling? You need to know the persons who reside and operate and frequent those areas. That's number one. That's a fundamental. Two, you need more patrols. You need to get to know persons in the community, not just drive around. Like actually, some days, stop in, introduce yourself, position yourself when persons making their way to school and work, face-to-face visibility. And then two, the TTPS, they need more support from the other ministries. Ministry of Social and Community Development. They need to assist with providing information about persons, etc. So I won't be too lengthy. I kind of, lost a little bit of my train of thought, but I think that's a great initiative. Actually, I remember my last idea.
Yeah, but I like the ideas anyway. You would want to see greater incorporation of other facets of government with national security, to provide really that holistic effort at crime prevention.
Absolutely, and very quickly, brother, we have been in the technology age for so long. Our cell phone, cellular devices, I'm sure they could provide a level of tracking. Now, that might step into the realm of personal privacy, but some persons, in association with TSTT, B-Mobile, they should launch that, support system, and persons can apply. Say, hey, I wouldn't mind if they track my cell phone. So should a situation occur, the TTPS have that software they could log into immediately. So let's say, for example, a real example, me and you, right? You have the tracking system on your phone, and let's say, God forbid, something happened. The TTPS, they could go on the software one time, and they could see your movements for the entirety of the day. they could see a last location, etc. So they have more information to work with, which could lead to better solutions. So once again, brother, thank you so much for the opportunity to contribute. And I look forward for the work you doing and other persons doing and we all doing to lead to a safer, more positive Trinidad and Tobago for all persons. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Salam alaikum, my brother.
Hey, wa alaikum salam. Welcome, Malcolm.
Greetings to you and the family. You see the contribution this brother now make? So this is why I'm telling you, all programs, especially the program with the government state uses, this is the kind of contribution help a nation. Not only, listen, I, Malcolm X, and plenty people, we vote. And every time people vote with the expectation that the best and the most interest and upliftment of the country is what you vote for. And you hope that the people who go into power will be clean, will be honest, will be patriotic to the country to make a genuine and fair contribution during their lifespan. Here we go. If I, Malcolm X, have to call any program, for as a little brother, I want you to tell me if I'm wrong or if this shouldn't be a concern to me. My contribution is why it is the government giving out CEDAP medicine, but yet still the people can't get it in CEDAP, that you have to buy it. That is one problem I have. And you see, forward since you're listening to all Malcolm X contribution, you see corruption, partner, I pray to all God that some government, because all the talk, everybody talking here in Trinidad. To me, every government passed through this country had corruption, contribute to corruption, mismanagement, abuse, greed of the public purse, that a certain class of people, a certain type of people, a certain elite of people will get rich and just make the poor to get more poor. Right? And I will always protest. Listen, I protest already in AGC for material to work on. Because I believe in a fair day's pay is for fair day's work. And I have contributed to my country in the HDC all over Trinidad. In the days with Susulan, with wherever it is, I have contributed. And what I am saying, I will stay contributing. I am going down because this is we country, partner. We ain't from, it's no Russian here, no German. Only people will come in here is who running from the country. Some of them running because of crime and different thing and they come in here. Right? These doctors and them who not going in the hospital to do what they're supposed to do, but recommending the private hospital and the private doing for big money. These is the things. You see the police and them were taking all the police vehicle and using it as their private vehicle instead of using it to fight the crime. This is the thing I want to talk about. You saw them politicians we hold the Bible, hold the Gita, hold the Quran and hold all the book and swear to God, swear to the Father who created them, that they will do the best for the people and the country. And when you're done, they're doing the best because they're driving in Apparado and they're having a good time. I, Malcolm X, will not sit idly by and call a program to talk still about PNM when we know they vote the problem out. It's other problem. Where we going? Where's the future? Plenty people who are unemployed. We hear another thing. All the better days will come in. All the success at the steel plant and all these things. Remember the steel plant built years and what happened to it? Mismanagement, corruption. So if the American come in here now to fix it, let we hope the people, the citizens of the country, listen now, we have to fix the country and afford.
Yeah.
Just as how you go there and contribute, brother. The nurse, the prison officer, the lawyer, the judge, the scavenger, everybody have to contribute to develop a country where you see Torre doing now, down to the prisoners and them and all. He had developing the country, If we don't come as a conscious people, we go end up in the same. How much oil boom we had here? How much money passed through here? With the development. But we blaming the government who we put in office. Because you know why you have to blame the government? It come like a father in a house. He's smoking cocaine and he ain't studying how his children ain't going to school. He ain't studying the welfare of his children and them. And everybody turn out bandits. So this is where it's happened. When you have a government, they are the father of the country. They have to run the country, manage it. I don't want to be too long because, brother, it's hurtful to see if we get a next oil boom or we get all this big development and all these things and we going down the same way. And I want to close by saying, if America really loves Trinidad and are praising we now for welcoming them here what I would like to see. You see that money I have to pay for visa, that $1,200 or how much $100, and when they're done, they're telling you your visa, they ain't getting no visa, but they keep your $1,200. I want them to give me back some. Give me back some, then I show me how they love me. That is the things I want to see. Them is the things Malcolm X will talk about. Because if America did always love Trinidad and England and all of them did always love we, the things we in here, where half of them going with the wealth and going with people wealth all over the country. You know where on the news this morning? Just imagine the whole a sergeant in the army with serving the army, the holy wife and send she back to El Salvador. You understand? The loving country. You understand? Yeah. I want to see that visa policy. If America really love we, deal with that money they be taking from Trinidadians and telling you they deny you your visa and you ain't getting it back. I only hope the sensible people, because me and calling to talk about T&M and Stuart Young and Rowley and them gone. I talking about what is the future with my grandchildren. I have 6 of them and who not studying them on. I will die for this country and forward. I will die for this country, and I'm telling you, I, Malcolm X, I changed my name and I pick a name because of a man who did stand for justice and integrity and dignity, you know. Have a blessed day and thanks very much for.
Yeah, man. Blessings to you as well. I could hear it. I could hear the sincerity and the passion in your voice, Malcolm. And you're always welcome, as everyone else is welcome to the program. Good morning.
Salamu alaikum, Fuad.
Hey, wa alaikum salam. Welcome.
And may peace and blessing be upon you. And the callers may the intelligent raise. And Fuad, if a government spend $500 billion and a year and 3 months after, our next government come into power, we supposed to want anything? $500 billion. If $500 billion spent today, and we supposed to have things that is $500 billion spent that we supposed to have for years to come. We supposed to have good road. We supposed to have cedar drugs. We supposed to have computer for all them children. Smart board. We're supposed to have good employment, no minimum wage.
Although there's only so much that $500 billion could do over 10 years, but we're supposed to see more if you manage it, and that $500 billion, part of it should be making millions more as well if they would have invested properly. But yeah, I understand your point.
$500 billion.
We still, with all that money spent, in a difficult position, and now we have to pick up ourselves and find ourselves in a better direction.
But we're not supposed to do. We're not supposed to do. Children, them not supposed to come out of school and running for work and not get employment. Because in 2010, the goodly woman do 5 budget. She spent $247 billion. What I know is an educated man, you know, economics. She built over 100 schools. She built the aquatic center, the cycle velodrome, She built the Carney. She increased minimum wage twice. She gave 2 back pay. She settled over 74 wage negotiation to settle 47 74 wage negotiation. That alone take almost 100 billion. And then she come and build all them school, build box train. That is performance. For what she do, she had them school, she gonna open them school. It have all these they call the thing what she build down Saudi by the
the university campus. What exactly?
The university campus. Yeah, and the Children Hospital.
Right.
She contribute to the Children Life Fund. You know, and 247 billion forward. She was signing deal and cutting deal, and when she body, and she come back and cutting some of these deals. Some of we going and benefit from what she do for the past from 2010 to 2015. But for 2015 to 2025, we have $500 billion spent. We have 600 recruitals. Recruital is billions of dollars forward. When you check 600 recruitals, one man recruits himself over 100 times, 90 something times. For that drugs were coming in from foreign. That is people that are procuring drugs. One man have special exemption 1,100 times. It has 6,000 times 700 that this procurement regulation saying that these people are not exempt yourself 6,000 times. When you check how much days for the how much weeks for the year, and check this 1,100. This is billions of dollars what's going per week. When you see the Territorial and Stabilization Fund money drawn from Dr. Ugly had we had debt $47 billion from since we got independent. In 10 years, Dr. Ugly put on $57 billion in debt in 10 years. That make it to $100-something billion in debt. And we have nothing to see for it. In a year and a half forward, $500 billion spent. The goodly woman spent $247 billion and we could still reap benefits from it. We had the laptop for the children, the $500 baby meal grant. What these brothers and them talking about? Malcolm X. You are PNM Malcolm X, boy. You just contradict yourself every day. You come on the radio, boy.
I don't know if I get that from what he has said. I don't know if I get that. I think he's speaking about the future. Go ahead.
Fuad, right? If you spend 25 days in that radio station, and I come and spend 100 days, you fix up the radio station, and when I come in, I spend 100 days. And then I come and leave, and you come and spend 10 days, and I come in, I spend 100 days again. How the station gonna be like? Not like how I leave it. And when you come, you have less days to fix it up.
Right. I could understand that point, but nobody is disputing that. And if you're saying that there are challenges for us to improve on, no problem at all. But I don't think that is what Malcolm is.
Why holding this government at this leverage that this government must do these things on them, and it's only a year and a half, and you had 10 years with $500 billion forward. It's not mad sin. These brothers that might raise their intelligence. PNM is not good for this country, and we have to say this. You cannot spend $500 billion of a nation money from the treasury, and we cannot talk about it. A year and a half, we cannot say benefit for each children. This is a mad scene. We African brothers had to raise their intelligence and stop vote for this PNM. PNM is the evil in this country, and is it?
No problem. Blessings, brother. Take care. Yeah. Good morning, Chris. Welcome.
Hey, good morning, brother.
I don't know why I'm getting some feedback on your line, boy.
Hello?
Yeah. I still hearing some feedback. Sorry about that. Yeah, Chris is a veteran. Chris knows to call back and try to get it a little bit clearer. I think maybe the last caller would have missed the understanding of what Malcolm was speaking about. I do get that from what he's saying, and I understand sometimes people, their fervent displeasure with the last administration. I understand that probably more than anyone. Good morning, Chris. Morning, Chris. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning to you and morning to listeners.
Right, much better, much clearer. Go ahead.
Yeah. For your last caller that praising the UNC so much, I wouldn't itemize all the flaws or all the things that happen under their stewardship, right? But I want to add to what Malcolm was saying, which when he mentioned and talk about the nation going to the polls and voting out a government that they are displeased with. We need to come to the realization, that when we vote, it's more than just removing people who you're disenchanted with. It's a two-part thing where somebody else actually gets that power that they previously had, and we need to be critical and very, very
discerning as to who we give that power to.
Exactly the case, because right now, based on a lot of personal contributions, right, they have taken the position that because of the wrongs or the ills of this party, I am declaring the next one innocent.
I know about that. Not Malcolm. If you listen to Malcolm, if you listen to Chris, you ain't gonna get that. If you listen to me, we very cautious as to where we are, and we understand where we were before.
Yeah, the caller after Malcolm is who appears to have taken that position.
Right.
Under Mr. Prasad Bissasa's watch, whether it's between 2012 and 2015 or this last year we're going here, a lot of things is not out of it, boy. It is not, in my opinion, the best actions or words from somebody that you're giving this power to. Nonetheless, she has the power at this time. I am hoping that good sense prevails in everything that's going on and people can really try to do what is best for the country. But to have that position that your caller had, where you're calling out all these nice things. So what about the wrongs also? We are paying them to do our job. We supposed to have an expectation that you will do the job to the best of your ability, right?
Yeah, understood. I understand your point as well, and we give everybody opportunity to express themselves when they call in. So that's fine.
Yeah, man, not a problem.
Right.
But I hope he raise his thinking as well, as he wants everybody else to raise their intelligence. And I point out Alexander, the intelligent.
Yeah, blessings, man. Forgive me, we just running out of time, so I'm not going to take the call with a couple seconds for it to be but we'll have the opportunity next week to come back in and to have those discussions. What many people are saying is we have discarded certain things in the past, and what we really look forward to is the best practice and the best actions going forward for Trinidad and Tobago. And we focus, we see things clear. And I admire that about Trinidad and Tobago. Blessings to all of Trinidad and Tobago as we continue to work. I think what sticks with me as well is Malcolm encouraging all citizens to take responsibility also for our role in developing our society and to do the best that we can do. All right, enjoy this blessed Friday, and God willing, we'll be back next week. Take care.
Wilson Road, Scarborough, next to Royal Castle, or Penco Street, Montrose, Chaguanas. Call 235-4919 for more info. TechFlex TT Limited. Affordable tech, exceptional service. TechFlex TT Limited, the #1 computer store in Trinidad and Tobago, has all your tech needs. We have the latest computers, powerful MacBooks, and affordable Chromebooks for school and work, providing new and refurbished options to suit everyone's budget. Also, we carry a variety of printer options and ink solutions for your home and office needs. Need repairs done? Our experienced technicians can solve your tech problems. Visit us now at any of our 2 locations, Wilson Road, Scarborough, next to Royal Castle, or Penco Street, Montrose, Chaguanas. Call 235-4919 for more info. TechFlex TT Limited. Affordable tech, exceptional service.
Peace of God be multiplied unto you in the precious name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. This is Redemption Hour, a gospel program where God will reveal His mind to you on how to live a fulfilled life and to please Him in all areas. Join Pastor Femi Afolabi, the National Overseer of Deeper Christian Life Ministry, Trinidad and Tobago, and other seasoned ministers for a time